Welcome to Consumer Update. I'm Kelly Lightbourne. Well, if you're in the market for a new car or truck, you may want to check out what the folks over at Suncoast Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram have in stock for you. Joining me today is Trey Schmidt, the new vehicle sales manager. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So, before we get any further, there is a long lineage of Schmidts. Tell me about that. How did the dealership start?
So my grandfather opened the dealership in the 70s, and he's owned the dealership since then. He comes in every day, even now. He's in his 80s. Comes in Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. And then my dad and my uncle, they really run the day-to-day things. So they're responsible for the day-to-day operations. But my grandfather, he's still very involved in the dealership. Matter of fact, a couple years ago, we remodeled the dealership, pretty hefty remodel to the dealership. And he was really the person behind it. He was responsible for the whole remodel. So he's very hands-on still. And then my sister and I also work at the dealership now. So we're kind of the third generation that are working there at right now.
See, and that's great. I mean, usually you come into a dealership and you kind of feel like you're a number here. Are we going to come in and we're kind of part of the family?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of different because a lot of dealerships in the area and even across the country, you don't really have an opportunity anymore. It's not like a local store. You can't talk to. You never really have the opportunity to talk to an owner because you don't know where they might be in New York City or something like that. So. You know, my family prides itself on, if you come into the dealership between 8:30 and 8 o'clock, an owner of the dealership's there and you can have a conversation with them.
See, and that's something I've personally never heard of.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of in shock because, like I said, typically it's big corporations, you know, you're just a number, but here you're not. Like, I'm going to know the owner.
Yep,
because
absolutely.
there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Because the whole family's there. No, and that's great. How do you think that really distinguishes you from your competition?
I think it's a big difference. Yeah, again, people have that connection. I think right now a lot of people see big corporations and they do good things, but when you have someone that's, you know, a family that owns a business and it's in their town, you know, they see them. You know, we see our customers all over the place and they recognize us, and there's definitely a connection with the community since we've been here for so long.
Okay, well, now we're part of the family.
Yeah.
So let's talk cars. What are some of the hottest new cars out that you guys are selling?
Probably our hottest car right now is a Jeep Wrangler.
Okay.
It just connects to so many people. They offer it to like comes in a 2-door, comes in a 4-door model. And really the neat thing about the Wrangler right now is the types of vehicles we're taking in on trades. You see people that it's their first car, their new car that they're buying. And so that's a great experience. And then we also have people that are trading in, you know, pretty high-line vehicles, you know, cars that are $60,000 or $70,000 brand new. Last weekend we traded in, it was an Audi that had 5,000 miles on it. He just decided he'd rather have a 4-door Wrangler. So it's pretty neat, you know, it's the type of customers that it's attracting. And
yes, I'm that type of customer.
Yeah.
I've had 2 Jeep Wranglers and I'm in the market for a third, so I will be down there. And hopefully get to meet your grandfather, because that's kind of intriguing to me for somebody that is that committed to the business and still comes in every day. You know, tells me when I go in I'm going to be taken care of.
Absolutely.
What are some of the other cars that you guys do?
You know, one car that's coming out that we're really excited about, should be out later this month, beginning next month, is the Jeep Cherokee. The Cherokee name is.
I had one of those too, by the way.
Exactly. A lot of people have. I mean, they were great vehicles. So we're really excited about it. And everything that you're reading about it, you know, it was actually supposed to technically be out beginning of this month, but they held the vehicle up a little bit.
Okay.
And that's one thing that you really talk about the Jeep and Chrysler right now, is they're really focusing on the quality of the vehicle. So it's a company that's focusing on their quality, not the cost.
Right.
So where maybe 10 years ago they would have been more concerned about the cost of holding it up and they would have just shipped the cars out, their focus right now is on the quality. So they noticed that it's nothing, it was like a computer thing, but rather than ship it out and then the first couple customers have issues with them, they're taking care of them. And we're really excited about the Cherokee. It's got a lot of neat features.
What's new? What's new about it?
The new thing, it's a whole new body style.
Really?
So it's really more of a modern look to it. So it still has all the Jeep heritage. You know, it has a 7-slot grille. It has the wheel wells that match up with the rest of the Jeep lineup. Still has legendary, you know, 4x4 capability. So it still has the same capability that, you know, say a Wrangler would have as far as 4x4 capabilities. But it also has some really modern features on it. You know, we have our 8.4-inch infotainment system, which is one of the class leading. If you read any reviews online, that's one thing that people love about the Chrysler products is their radios and how easy they are to use. And a lot of times it's like to change a station on some other cars, you have to, it's like launching a rocket into space. This is pretty easy. The change of station's really easy, but it has a lot of functionality to it. They have a command view sunroof, so it's actually a panoramic sunroof that goes all the way back.
So they're putting all the bells and whistles in.
Yeah, and actually in some of the models, they're going to have a feature that you can park the car. It'll actually like parallel park itself.
Whoa. Yeah. That is kind of techie.
Yeah.
Now, we can actually see a lot of your vehicles online. Tell me a little bit about the web department and how easy that is to use.
Yeah, it really is a good opportunity for the customer. They can get a lot of information because a lot of people contact us through the internet department in different stages of their buying. So you might have someone that's just starting out buying a vehicle and they have a lot of questions, and it's an easy way to contact the dealership and they're prepared to answer those questions. Or you may be the customer that's buying a car tomorrow and you're trying to finalize everything. So it's really, for someone that has a busy schedule or just wants to get a few answers, it's a great way to contact us and get those taken care of.
Right, and like you said, people come into different stages, so this is great. We can get those questions answered.
Absolutely.
What's how vital is this, the internet?
It's becoming definitely more of a impact on the business. I think one thing that customers are looking for is how well your customer service, how well you take care of your customers, and so the internet department's there to answer questions. And really, provide great customer service before the sale. And we feel like, if we give someone great customer service before the sale, that, obviously after the sale, we're going to give you better customer service.
Okay, real quick, how do we find your website?
You go to www.suncoastcjd.com.
Okay, and what are the two most important things that you want our viewers to know?
You can always talk to an owner of the dealership whenever you come into the dealership, and we're here to help you out.
There you go. Well, thanks again for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Coming up, one of Tampa Bay's leading personal injury attorneys will be joining us. Don't go away.